Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Freedom Friday. And it's me today who's going to be presenting. And I'm going to talk to you today about another way of achieving freedom. And as you know, in DeFi Freedom, our focus our focus is on freedom in terms of financial freedom, uh, in freedom in all sorts of ways, so that we create a wealth of health, a wealth of finances, a wealth of relationships, a wealth of community. Um, and in DeFi Freedom, we have been looking at cryptocurrencies. We've been looking at decentralization, DeFi, which is decentralized finance, and we believe that those are the ways of the future. Basically, uh, they are the rails for future economies. Future ways that we trade, ways that we the ways that we claim our assets and intellectual property. So more and more of these assets and intellectual property and music and art and all sorts of things will be tokenized, will be more and more on the blockchain, more decentralized. So we believe and we believe that this is really uh, being built as we speak. I mean, there's so many amazing projects as we speak. At the moment, we have run into some snags around the market, um, and it looks like it's a shakedown. It's a bit like the dot-com bubble of 2000. That was a shakedown. Every time we have a boom and a bust, it's a shakedown. So what a shakedown means is that it releases a lot of if you're going to look at it in a kind of traditional health sort of way, it's releasing bad blood, and it's allowing it's warning bad actors, getting rid of bad actors, and hopefully that then enables people who are working on DeFi to build a DeFi that's more robust, resilient, fair, and that works for everyone. So in the meantime, we have been suggesting to, if you've got cryptos, then just hold your cryptos for the moment. Try not to expose yourself too much in terms of staking here and there, and just hold your cryptos. So what can we do in the meantime? How can we be active in the meantime while we wait for this market to kind of work its way through? And this is what I had been thinking for a while, especially the last 2 or 3 months. How can we actively work on growing our wealth, and become more independent without having to depend on others? So when I discovered 8 Minute Trader, initially I didn't look at it. Someone said, have a look at this. They're having free sessions. Just attend the free sessions and see for yourself. But I kind of gave excuses. I said, oh, I'm too busy and this and that. We are always too busy, aren't we? And but I finally had a look about 10 days ago, and when I had a look at 8 Minute Trader, I realized, wow, this is probably the solution that I didn't know that I wanted, that I was looking for, but I didn't know it was this. And I think one of the reasons why I kind of didn't know I was looking for that was because I had thought of trading before, and I'm sure many of you have. If you have, please put it in the chat. Um, but I thought it was too hard. It was too hard to learn. I'm not a numbers guy. It's taken me a long time to start learning about finances, about economics, about money, um, and um, and similarly with trading. It kind of looks very technical, and the other part of it is while you're learning how to trade, you are also exposing yourself to risk. So if you're not a good trader, you're going to make losses. So how can you trade? How can you learn how to trade while not losing your whole account? So when I found 8 Minute Trader, I realized that this is an amazing opportunity, um, because it allows us to learn how to trade in a very, very fast, in a very quick way, in probably what's the best way. And this is the way that I've always thought is the ideal way to learn. It's by apprenticeship, by watching someone else do it. And then while they're doing it, they explain what they're doing. And this is what the so-called 8 minute sessions are. It's you're watching a highly experienced trader place their trades, and then they explain what they're doing, and you can actually see them placing their trades. And while they're doing it, they're teaching you. And I can honestly say that in the last 10 days I've learned heaps. Of course, I'm not a master trader, but I've gone from 0 to maybe 5 or something, and I'm kind of knowing my way around the app, and knowing what to look at. So I will share my screen, and we will have a look at this, at the 8 Minute Trader. So financial learning breakthrough in less than 8 minutes. And this is really interesting, because as we learn about trading, we are actually learning about finances. We're learning about the financial system. And we're learning about a system that's becoming increasingly financialized. 50 years ago, uh, there were, only the stock exchanges and the banks were financialized. But now, financialization has grown tremendously, and a lot of people are working in financial kind of work. So what kind of work is that? Um, so but before we move on, I have to do a disclaimer, and this is part of compliance. Really, I have to tell you that trading is risky, which you already know, and I've already mentioned. And within any plan, including the 8 Minute Trader plan, your results will vary and are not guaranteed. You will get results, but the kind of results are not guaranteed, right? This information is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice or a solicitation to invest. Each trade is at the full discretion of the user, and users are fully and solely responsible for their trading results. So what this is saying is that you are trading yourself on your own behalf, using your own money, which you can access anytime. And so this is the freedom bit. This is the bit I love about this, is that you set up a broker account, you put your money in, you set up a trading account, and that is your money. You can pull it out anytime you like. The trades that you make, you can do it anytime that you like. You can hold on to your trades for as long as you like. And so this is entirely up to you, and you learn how to become skillful at trading on your own behalf. And so this is really a life skill, because then you can go on for the rest of your life being a trader if you so wish. one should evaluate their own risk tolerance and before trading, and only trade with money they can afford to lose. So the money you can afford to lose side is obvious. We always tell people that in whatever projects they go into. Now, how do you evaluate your own risk tolerance? Well, how much that money is important to you and how much you want to risk. And what this system does is it teaches you how to manage your risk. It gives you very strict guidelines to manage your risk according to your personal risk tolerance. So you're learning. It's like learning how to drive. You not only learn how to, start the engine and press the accelerator, but you also learn how to brake. Because in trading, there are two variables. One is the price movement. So the price movement is something that you cannot control, right? You can't control whether the market's going to go up or it's going to go down. Now, that's one part, so you can't control that. But the other part is your risk management, the limits that you set on your losses. So you can set specific limits like 1% or 2% or 3% on your losses. So that is the part that you can control. You can control your losses, but you can't really control your profits. I mean, you can choose to come out of a trade at so many percent profit, definitely, or you can carry on and see where it takes you, and then you look at other signals of when to stop your trade, and you will be taught all these various signals. But the actual loss is you can determine that very, very strictly. So you can't really get runaway losses. I'll play this little video. It's a little teaser video. I think it started.
And this is trading, right? We all learn and grow together, and every day is a learning experience. See what we could have done differently.
Not just winning days, but more days without a single loss. And I've had days with a single loss. The strategy is just, again, I'm mind blown.
Okay, I'm getting into a sell now, and I'm just holding it currently. I'm creating a little stop loss here. So I'm gonna get the stop loss, bring it down. As you can see, I just dragged it to right there. So if it hits, it's gonna take me out, making it tight. So if it hits, it hit. So on one trade, we did $38.59, and the other trade we did $91.
But interesting. It's interesting how I'm learning when the market's that rangy. It pays to be very, very patient.
Yes. So this is a novel way not only of teaching trading but of doing trading. Well, it's not a novel way of what it is you are trading within a few minutes. So you trade for 2 to 3 or 4 minutes at a time, and you're trading very volatile markets, very volatile instruments. So rather than spending your whole day looking at a computer, you are actually looking at your computer for 5 or 10 minutes a day, and you're done. And the whole philosophy of 8-minute trader is incremental gains. So rather than trying to go for big gains, you say, okay, I want to make 2% per day, or whatever it is, 1% per day, 2% per day, 3% per day. and then you stop, and then you get on with your life. You go up, well, you might have to go to your job, or you could go on to doing other things. So, for me, that is a very kind of a very compelling lifestyle, I could look at going into the future. So, who is 8 Minute Trader? It's a group of people, of veteran traders. Some of them have been trading for 8 years, some for 10, some for 21 years, and they were looking for a way to teach people that to find a strategy that anyone could follow in a few minutes per day. And according to Sal Leto, who is one of the founders, Salvatore Leto, he said that it hit him almost in a dream, just as he was waking up. The strategy kind of just appeared before him, and he knew that he knew in his whole being that this was a strategy that could work. And so they've been developing it and testing it, and basically they test it every day. And for the last month or so, they've been testing it with, well, they've been testing with some beta groups for the last 18 months, I think. But for the last month, they've been testing it with anyone who wanted to join their free sessions. So we've been hearing from people who are total newbies, and they learn how to trade just like me. Or there have been some experienced traders who are saying, I lost 30,000 before, and this system is really working for me. In fact, the other day I was in on a session, and there was a master trader from London who said she was teaching people how to trade, and she said she'd never seen a system like this before, and she sounded really genuine about it. So I think I think this is a cutting edge strategy with a cutting edge way of teaching. So yeah, and so you are totally in control. You don't need any experience. I learned it within a few minutes, and I had no experience in trading. You are in full control of your money at all times. So it's your money in your broker's account, and you deal with it as you wish. They will teach you how to manage your risks by working out your lot sizes, so you're not committing the whole of your account in each trade. You're actually committing a percentage of your account in each trade, and they teach you how to adjust that percentage according to the amount that you put in. And the good thing about this is you can set up a demo account with free money in it, and you can play with it and figure out how it works. In fact, they encourage you to use a demo account until you have doubled your account, and then go into live money, real money. It only needs a few minutes a day. So I'll very little time commitment. Now, to become wealthy in trading, you need three things. You need an effective strategy, but you need also a conservative strategy. So we're not going for the moon. We are actually going for a conservative amount every day. And I'll explain in a minute why. Consistent application, so trading every day, and scalability. So no matter what amounts you want to trade in, this system will work. You can put in once you go live, you can put in $100, you can put in $1,000, you can put in 10,000, you can put in 1,000,000. It doesn't matter. It's totally scalable, and it's totally within your control. We also realize that the current way trading has been taught will never allow for the masses to participate and succeed. That is true. And that is where I was. I was interested in trading, but I couldn't find a way in that wouldn't take, hours and hours, or reading books. And I picked up a few books, even books for dummies, trading for dummies. And after the 10th page, I was kind of falling asleep. So this pulls you right into the trade. You are actually trading and you're learning at the same time. So what they did is, we knew if we really wanted to help a lot of people succeed, we needed to make it super simple, and they really do. They explain the principles and the bits and pieces of the app in very simple ways. It's a bit like, if you want to use a lamp, you don't need to know how electricity works. You don't need to know how the grid works. You don't need to know how generators work. You just need to know how to switch the switch and use the dimmer and things like that. So they're teaching you how to switch the switch and how to use the dimmer. So you don't need to totally understand the inner workings of trading. At some point, you might, they will actually, they did say they will start advanced trading academy, but at the moment, what they want to do is encourage people to get their hands dirty, dig in, and to actually experience trading. So we now have a system where we aim to grow our accounts by a few percent per day within just a couple of minutes of trading. Just a few percent. And this is what is called the Law of Incremental Gains. The idea is to gain a little bit every day. But what you're doing is, when you gain a little bit, you are putting it back into the pot, into your trading account. And that pot is compounding. And if you don't understand compounding, Albert Einstein says that compounding is the eighth wonder of the world, because we don't understand it. We don't see it the first few months, or the first few days, or the first few weeks, or the first few months. And then after 12 months, we start seeing something happening. And then, after 24 months, things happen like super fast, right? So compounding is a really powerful effect. And I'll show you in a minute, just by earning, say, 2% per day, you can increase a 4-figure account into a 6-figure account within a year. And all this within a couple of minutes of trading. So what you see is, this is the kind of the working end of the app. This shows the market. It can be any market. So with 8-minute trader, you can trade in the US 30. You can trade in gold, in commodities. You can trade in Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP. You can trade in currencies, in Forex, or the US 30 is the indexes or indices, right? The UK 100, US 30, the DAX. So you choose the market you want to trade in. And what happens is, then you see these these are called candlesticks, right? And a red candlestick shows that within that time period, the price went down. So the price started here, if you see my little arrow cursor, and the end of that time period, the price was here. So, like, say, for instance, in this one, the price so a green candlestick is a positive. It's a bullish candlestick. The red is the bearish candlestick. So in the bullish candlestick, the price started here, and then it went up to, oh, sorry about the noises. It's coming from my, this is my app, and you can see that it's working at the moment. So so the red candlesticks are going down. They're showing the downward. They ended down at the bottom. The green ones, they started at the bottom and they ended at the top. And where you see the thin lines, I don't know whether you can see the thin lines on this screen. There are thin lines that extend. These are the wicks. These are how far the market went, the price went before the close. So this shows what the part within the open and the close, and you get all these little wicks that extend where the prices went between the open and the close. So you can see here the market is what is called bearish. Now you can gain money whether the market is bearish or whether it's bullish. So for a bearish market, what you would do is a sell. So you would click on the sell button on the top left here. If you were here, for instance, and you had this sense that the market was going to be bullish, and you can have a look here. This is a kind of a line of support, and you can say, well, at some point here things are going to turn around and go up. And if you believe that, if you think that, then you can click the buy. And so you buy at this price, and then you can either stop when you've reached your percentage, or if you see an engulfing opposite candle that is bigger than the previous one, that is the moderate risk way of stopping. So you would stop here. Or some people actually want to carry on and see how far they can go. Same with a sell. So you make money from between the start and the end. That will be your gain. Or in a bearish market, if you start at the top and it goes down to here and you close your trade, this will be how much money you make. So you can make money whether the market's going up or whether it's going down. That's the beauty of it. So I'll just close this for the moment, I think. I'll go back to here. Yeah, so, and what they have is their morning call starts at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. So it's the opening of the New York stock market. So don't worry if that's too early in the morning for you. I'll tell you of some other solutions. But when they when they wait for the market to open, they will have analyzed the market and they will have set some green lines, 2 green lines here and two red lines, one solid, one dotted. Yeah, one solid, one dotted. And when the market starts, it will start going up or will start going down. And usually the reason why they do the opening of the US 30 market is because nobody else wants to play that. They think it's too scary. But for these guys, they have figured out that actually this is the best. This is they've gone for the scariest one because they found it's because you can make your best gains in that market. So as soon as it opens, it starts moving. And if you start having a candle that goes up into the green zone, then they will open a buy trade. If it goes down into the red zone, then they will open a sell trade. Yeah, and so that's the sell zone in the red. You buy when you hit this zone, and you sell when you hit that zone. So, so this is the early morning, their morning trade, morning sessions. Now, if you can't make the morning sessions, they also, within the 8-minute trader, they provide you with a piece of software or with an app that gives you 24-hour alerts. So it's called the Scalper. And so what it does is it gives you these buy and sell alerts. And basically, if you choose to, then you can follow. Basically, they've done the analysis. So it's called zero analysis, meaning you don't have to do an analysis. They have done all the analysis, and they're watching the market, and they've loaded all the algorithms, and then they do the analysis, or the software does, and then it'll notify you, okay, buy. And then you can click the buy button, and you watch the market. So generally, it actually gives you a good buy market. And then at some point you stop. So they will teach you at what points to stop. You can use it for any instrument that you find on the trading app for any time frame. So normally in the app you will see a 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. So you've got different time frames. So in the US 30, they're working on the 1 minute time frame. For some other markets like Forex, they're much slower markets. So you might want to do 15 minute or 1 hour time frames. What they're saying is that the scalper, people have been seeing 2 times to 4 times the results of the 8-minute call. So as you can see, the scalper has been fairly good in predicting. It predicted this buy at the end of this candle, and yes, it was a bull market. Then it predicted this sell at the end of this candle, and it gave a really good downward trend. Same with this one. So you can load it on your phone, and you can get alerts on your phone, and the app is on your phone, and you can do your buy and sell on the phone itself. So that's the 24-hour one, and I think that's amazing, because then, even if you're working, you can maybe take 5 or 10 minutes off your lunch break or tea break or whatever, do a few trades or do one trade even, and then get out and get back to your work. Or you can do it in the morning before you go to work, or you can do it anytime you like. And so the question is, why do we aim for just a few percent per day? Why are we completely comfortable with losing days? And this is the thing. They teach you to be unemotional about making losses. And sometimes they are wrong. Sometimes the scalper is wrong. But you are taught how to limit your losses. And what they say is that's the part of the process. When you make your losses, you are learning something. It's like the very good sailors, for instance, they can look at the waves. They can look at the waves and they know where the wind is going. Most of us look at the waves and we can't tell anything, right? So it's the same thing. Through constant practice of trading, you can look at the charts and you can start getting a sense of what is happening, what is going on with the market. And remember, the charts are pure demand and supply. The prices are purely determined by demand and supply. And so it's a pure indication of how much buying is going on and how much selling is going on. So at some point you will start to get a sense, you get a feeling, or become more sensitive to how the chart looks. And so the losses that you make are part of that training, part of that learning what works and what doesn't. Just as a sailor sometimes may predict the wind wrongly, and then they will learn, oh yeah, well that wasn't, that sign, that wasn't a right interpretation. So by earning a few percent per day, here is an example. If you want to go to a compounding calculator, on Google compounding calculator, and have a look at what daily compounding will grow. It's really fascinating. Just put in the compounding calculator 2,500, say, or 500 or 200, whatever you want, and put in 2% per day, and you say daily compounding, and you see what you get after 6 months or after 1 year. So if a person won 3% per day but lost every fourth day, this would average about 9% per week, right? In 1 year, by daily compounding, their account would grow from 2,500 to 130,000. So that is the power of compounding. You're not going to get that kind of growth anywhere else in the traditional markets, whether it's bank accounts or stocks and shares. Crypto at the moment is a bit slow, but once it grows, people have also made big gains. But here you can make gains whether the market is up, whether the market is down. You can do it every day, make a loss a week, make a couple of losses a week, but generally the system shows that on the whole you will make more gains than losses. If you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat, and then we'll have a look at those in a while. So here are examples of people who share, that they have got a Facebook page where you can share your trades. I'm not sure what this person started with, a demo account. Maybe they started with 10,000 or 5,000, and now they've got 10,971. Here they're making gains. They're making a profit of $480 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. 7 trades, $480. This person started off with $3,000. They made a profit of $3,000. They doubled their balance in. They started on this maybe doesn't show that their whole trading history, but yes, people are doubling their balances. Here they put in 2,500, and they made a 50% profit. Right, and their balance is now 4,000. So these are genuine people. I've actually seen and heard people, making substantial gains, more than the 2 or 3%, and that is their personal choice. Some of them are professional traders who know how to keep going and who know how to close at a higher profit. But that is not what you are taught to do. You're taught to keep within a conservative strategy. So, never before seen strategy. So this is a total startup. And so we know that startups are shaky, and they're generally shaky because their marketing and their business platform is not well thought out. What we are having here is a startup on a mature platform. So this platform, Longevity, has been going for 25 years, and Longevity has specialized in health products, health supplements, and especially an affiliate marketing approach to health products. And they've reached billions of dollars in volume, and they have a very mature compensation plan. And that plan I explained last Wednesday. So if you're interested, you can go back to a replay of that plan. And so this product will be sold as an affiliate marketing product, and so there's an opportunity not only to grow your wealth through trading, but you can also grow your wealth through sharing, sharing the product with others. And I believe that once you experience the growth in your own assets, you will want to share this with others. So sharing will not be hard for you. And as I explained in the compensation plan the other day, their plan is very generous, and you can actually, I would say, I mean, I can't give you any guarantees, but within a few months, you can actually build a reasonable income that supports your current income and eventually can replace your current income possibly. So what does the 8-minute trader package include? It includes the 8-minute trader morning calls. And hopefully, if Australasia and Asia, Australasia, if our contingent grows, hopefully they will also do a morning call or some call during times that are convenient for us. So at the moment, their morning call is at 1 a.m. in New Zealand time. And New Zealand is the end of the world, right? Or beginning of the world, whichever way you want to look at it. But we are the latest. So if we can have our calls at, say, 9 o'clock in the evening, and they can organize themselves to do their calls at that particular time, that will cater for Australia, for Asia. Everybody else can join the calls during their day. But apart from that, if you miss the calls or you can't make the calls, you've got your 24-hour alerts, the scalper, right? As well, you will get training, psychology training in trading. So trading psychology training. Not only that, not only in trading, but also in wealth, in breaking your, poverty conscious kind of beliefs and barriers, and how to get through them into another level where you are embracing wealth, and you are embracing the self-responsibility, self-sovereignty of growing your wealth by trading, by running the business. So the business side will be in the Digital Marketers Academy. So where you learn how you learn about marketing, you learn how to build a business. And the person who is teaching you all these is a person who has been in longevity for 8 years and has built their team, their affiliate marketing team in longevity up to 400,000 people. So they know how to grow a business, right? And I can't share with you what they're earning because this is a kind of a marketing video. But what they're earning is very, very substantial, and and so they will be teaching you the strategies, the psychology, the tips, and basically you will be mentored in how to build your business, but you will be mentored in how to trade successfully as well. So it's a huge, for me, this is a huge package for me. And you would think, well, they wanted to price it at $3,000, but they came to an agreement with Longevity, who said, look, we want to make this as affordable as we can, considering all that's being put in, affordable as we can, for everyone. Now, the thing is, if you do the business and you follow the strategy that I showed you on Wednesday, you could actually get this whole package paid for you, possibly even within a month. Not only that, but your monthly subscriptions would also be paid for you. So basically, this whole package would be free, including the monthly subscriptions. So the cost is US dollars $5.99 for the first month to get the software, to get into the academy, just to get started, get your longevity business pack. And then it's $1.99 per month starting from the second month, right? And as I just told you, if you are interested in doing the business, which is really just sharing with your friends the benefits you are getting from 8-Minute Trader, then this can be paid for and that can be paid for. I mean, that's I think that's super amazing. So yeah, so freedom is really about creating your own story. It's about taking charge of your life, no longer waiting for someone to give you permission to be wealthy, no longer waiting for someone to give you permission to have great relationships, no longer waiting for someone to give you permission to be great, right? And to be able to inspire others to be great, because all of you have greatness in you. That's why we are unique. That's why we are individuals. So we have the greatness is built in us. So let's start creating our own stories. Start capitalizing today. They have been having free calls for the last month. Tonight will be their last free call. If you are interested in seeing the replays of the free calls, we can give you the link to their Vimeo page, and you can go and look through all the replays. So yeah, so get into it. Double or triple your results by getting the Scalper software, and be patient. You will learn trading, and who knows, you can learn to be a master trader yourself. Learn about the affiliate plan, share with your friends, and so you can get started with longevity with a free account. So I will give you the link to which gives where you can get your free account. So this is it. So go to defi-freedom.nz/8-minute-trader. So go on to there, read through the page, and at the bottom you'll have 3 buttons, 3 different colors. Pick a color, click on the button, and you'll be able to download a PDF, and the PDF will show you how to register for free. And then now this product will be launching next week. So they're having a big live event this Sunday, and we believe that they will announce the launch. We don't know yet. It's not confirmed. They still have to tidy up, a lot of loose ends. So if they have tidied them, we might actually launch next week. In which case, if you're interested in the business, it would be really good to have, your ducks in the row, get your friends in, share it with your friends, and get them into position. And if you do, and you've got it right, the whole, it can pay for you, pay for your purchase and pay for your subscriptions, or at least give you, a little bit of income to get you started, and then you can grow. If you don't want to do the business, that's totally up to you. It's entirely your choice, right? You can just do the trading if you want. That's perfectly fine. So what's the last thing I wanted to say? What I wanted to say is that as if you join the team, if you follow this link and you get started, then you will be part of our team, and we will be helping you. We will be doing workshops to help you get set up with your um, broker's account, downloading your trading app, setting it up so it's all correct, and loading your account with money if you want, or just start a demo account. Basically, we'll show you how to do every step. How to start trading, how to get out of trading, of course, and yeah, we'll help you every step of the way, and also help you to build your business. So feel free to take advantage of this. DeFiFreedom.nz /8-minute-trader. Yeah. So that's the 8-minute trader. If you've got any questions, if you feel that this sounds great, feel free to put it in the chat. And if you've got any questions whatsoever, feel free to put your questions in the chat. It takes about 10 seconds for the chat to appear, so give me some time. In the meantime, anything you want to add, Tony?
No. That's great. Yep.
Yeah.
Good presentation.
Cool.
It is a bit different to what I've been used to as far as trading. So if it's an accurate trade and you can do it so quickly, well, I think that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
time is money.
Time is money, and imagine making money. As people have done. I mean, I've seen people doing it. They make money in 10 minutes, and then for the rest of your day, you can either help others if you're building the business, or you can just get on with your life and write your biography or write your motivational book or your novel, or you can go surfing, go out on the beach, or just spend time with your family or your loved ones. So I believe, and this is all due to technology. I mean, this sort of technology wasn't available 5 or 10 years ago. And, for 2022, with the technology we have available, we shouldn't be really doing 9-to-5 jobs. Well, for some of us, I mean, some of us are creative in our 9-to-5 jobs, but most 9-to-5 jobs are actually just, pushing pens or clicking keyboards. I mean, I spend a lot of time on the keyboard in front of the computer, and at the end of the day, I say to myself, well, actually, how much have I done? What have I done? And how much did I gain from that? And sometimes it's a little bit, you feel tired and you feel that you haven't really made many gains. So we're in a period where we should take advantage of that technology and be able to create time for ourselves to be creative and to be loving and to be caring and to help others, in real ways, in personable ways, and in being with people rather than just across screens and things like that. So, for me personally, it looks like this could be a real fantastic lifestyle choice, and so I'm willing to give it a shot. So okay, I haven't had any questions come through, so thanks very much everyone. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and of course there'll be a recording so you can come back to it, and we will also be doing sort of onboarding workshops and webinars and things during perhaps starting next week. So, and for next week, where we've got a really exciting guest, we've got Veda Austin, who's going to talk to us about the intelligence of water, and I think that's fascinating, isn't it? Maybe you might just want to talk a little bit about that, Tony.
Yeah, sure. I'm really excited about this interview as well. I mean, Veda is a New Zealander. Actually, her father was Bill Hohepa, who some older people will remember. He was the fisherman. He used to have a column in I think the Sunday paper, and he used to be on TV all the time.
Right.
Showing people how to fish, where to fish, and
Oh,
all that
wow.
sort of.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
And so Veda, she's half Maori, half European mother, I think. But I've been watching her posts for some time, for a couple of years, and absolutely mind-blowing research that she's doing on water. How she's devised a way of imprinting what she's thinking into water and improving it time and time. She's done something like 30,000 tests. Her work is very in demand overseas. Unfortunately, a lot of us Kiwis don't recognise those amongst us who are doing amazing things, especially
Yeah.
something different,
Yeah, you were
But
saying, Tony, that she's been kind of commended or acclaimed by Rupert Sheldrake, who's one of
yeah,
the he's a huge figure in the environmental and scene, and the sustainability and all that. So he's written lots of books himself. So
yeah.
that's a great commendation. Yeah,
Oh, I reckon. I
yeah,
reckon. So Veda is really just showing us proof that consciousness has its own. Water has its own consciousness, and
yeah,
as do all the elements. It's just they have
yeah.
different states or different nature of their consciousness. But water is particularly interesting because I think water has come from outer space. It has come to Earth. It isn't native of Earth, and it is literally what brought life to it.
Sure.
Without water, you can't have anything.
Yeah.
And I think water is a precursor to pretty much everything else. So basically, it's a study in life and our origins and who we are. Because if we're 70% water, and she's proving that it has consciousness and it can be melded or molded by our thoughts and our environment, well, then our water is communicating with
Yeah.
everything happening outside of our body.
Mm.
And I think this is like, huge,
Yes.
beyond our almost comprehension as to how big it is.
Mm.
So that's a bit about her, and I will be promoting it throughout
Mm.
the week
Yeah. Yeah. So
on the
yeah.
basis.
So make sure you get on to Freedom Friday next week, and same time, same place. Well, it'll be a different
Yeah,
place. It'll be on your Zoom, Tony.
it will be a
But
Zoom. Yeah,
and so 4 p.m. New Zealand time, whatever it is, New
yeah.
Zealand winter time. What do we call it? Yeah, and yeah, look forward to seeing you then. And for our members, we will have our regular webinars. And if you sign up for longevity, then definitely we'll have onboarding webinars as well, especially for you to get you started and yeah, exciting times.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thanks.
cool. Thanks a lot, everyone, and talk to you soon.
Yeah. See ya.